Hello, this is Victor. I'm here with a new painting tutorial, and now we are going to paint this guy from the core city. So we are going to paint this dwarf. So I'm going to start. You can see I leave the skeleton to be done. So I'm going to start applying on the skeleton Screaming School. Okay, I have it here in my white palette, and we are going to apply this color. Okay, like that. So we will start from the base. As you can see, this is one of this. Okay, this from, I guess these are from the city guard. Good. And now I'm going to paint the inside of the jacket. Okay. To paint inside, I think I will make like a flying jacket, pilot jacket, and I'm going to apply inside a very dark brown. We're going to make a leather type of leather jacket. I'm going to do it very dark inside and lighter outside, and I do it dark in purpose because it's very difficult to reach some parts, so I prefer to keep it dark. So I'm going to use this one, Dryad, because I already have it here in the white palette. I will use Dryad Bark. I will take a little bit more. And we are going to do here the inside. I was thinking at the beginning to use like color, like purple or something like that, but at the end I decided to go for more dark inside and a cream color outside. Okay, and then maybe, because he's wearing here a shirt, I will use more a bright color on the shirt. Don't worry if you didn't something, because in that step what you really want to ensure is that, and because it's difficult to reach, that all the inside of the jacket is brown. Okay, maybe one option is not to assemble, but as I wanted to put green stuff on the base, yeah, you should have done this before gluing it to the base, to be fair. Now it's quite difficult to reach all the parts, but you can see with passion. This is why you do this first, and I will do as well this part. Okay, I will do this layer and I'm back for the next step. Next I'm going to use this one, the Dechala Lilac, not this one, this Dechala Lilac. Have it here it is. Okay, the Dechala Lilac, and we are going to paint this shirt. Okay, we're going to paint here. Again, I try to go from the most difficult parts to the most accessible parts. And the shirt goes again in the difficult spaces. And here, as I said before, if you do them a little bit other parts, don't be too worried, because this is why we are doing in this order. Don't worry, except if you do the mistake here, but I paint a part that was inside of the jacket you don't want to mess up. Okay. Problem, because we need to use this color anyway later on. This is one of the advantages of the white palettes, that you always have the colors there ready to do corrections. Okay. This is good. Now I'm going to use Aggaros Dunes. And I will paint these things. Okay. A contrast paint on this type of texture will work perfectly, and almost we are going to have this done almost in one go. Okay. Then I was thinking what color to use for the trousers. And I think the trousers I will go for a bluish color. I will use, I was thinking if I use blue, just, okay, I think at the end I decided to go for green color, and I will use this one, Kabalite Green, okay? Put a little bit more on my palette. I don't need too much because I already have some with palette. Change to brush that, give me more control. Okay. And again, we do this now because it's have parts that are difficult, have difficult access. So now is the moment to be messy before we do the parts around. Okay, you can see I missed the inside of the jacket, so I am taking the advantage that I still have the brown. We need to see if here is the armor, is the boot. You can see some parts are not easy. For example, here I know that there is a bell, but this is part of the torso. And then later on we will limit the part, the green parts. Okay. I think now, yeah, I'm thinking if I'm painting the jacket of the metallics, I think I can remove this. This is not glued. Good. So maybe I can do this apart. So I can do the metallic parts, like the boots, this part here, the beard, it's a mask. So I'm going to use Ironbreaker to do all the metal parts. Later on we will differentiate what is. So I'm going to apply this on all the armor parts, the weapons, okay, like here, the big harpoon launcher. So I'm going to apply this on all the parts that I think are metallic. Can be that I leave some small parts to later in gold. Okay, but all the main metallic parts I will do it right now. Okay, so I'm doing that and I'm back for the next step. Okay, so this is how it's looking right now, and the next step I'm going to do, I'm going to apply the color on the jacket. Okay, and I'm going to use Snakebite leather. I want a mid-tone brown. So this one is the color. We are going to apply on the jacket. I now realize that I forgot here this shoulder pad. It's quite normal to forget things. Then we have this. That will be, yeah, the sleeves of this guy are quite confusing. I think he turned it and returned it. So I think I'm going to do the sleeve in dark brown and then this in Aggaros dunes. Okay, so I'm going to finalize this first. And this can happen a lot of times, yeah, that you change or you want to go back to some parts. I have to say that the Snakebite leather will not do too much effect on this part of the jacket because there is not too many wrinkles. I will change to bigger brush. No. But on the other side, I'm okay that we have not really brush strokes, but parts that are darker than others. Yeah. Contrast has some limitations. On flat surfaces, they will not be uniform, but to be fair, I'm not looking for a uniform color here. I like to have this variation because we'll give this sensation of weather of old jacket. Later on we are going to add some scratches and some other weathering things, I think. Okay, and we are going to wait that this dries. Okay, I finalize this and I'm back for the next step. Okay, next step I'm going to use Wildwood and I'm going to do the gloves. Okay, as you can see, I separate the arm with the arpon. Okay, and now I'm going to do the glove like that. Good. And I will do the one in the other hand. Okay. We wait that this dries and I'm back. Okay, next step. I'm going to use Fyreslayer flesh and we are going to paint the head. Okay, something like that. It's quite dark, the Fyreslayer flesh, but I'm going to put a little bit more here. Okay, now I'm going to use Aggaros stones. I'm going to do the folded part of the glove. Okay, this part here. And now that I have Aggaros stones here, I'm going to take the advantage to do some of the parts I want in gold. For example, this thing here. Some ornaments that I will add to the weapons and to the armor. Okay, Aggaros stones is a great way to make gold over silver color. Okay, I will do like that. Sorry for the noise of the chair. The boots I will not add, I will do the symbol in the belly. One. Okay, you can see we have a nice gold after that. I'm going to do the key. That is has been painted in gold as well, in silver, and now I want to give the look of bronze. Okay. Now I'm going to take this weapon, and here I will go for a darker color. I will just do in Aggaros stones the rope. Okay. So I will finish to the rope. I will do some details more on the backpack here. I will do some details more on Aggaros dunes, and I'm back. Okay, next step, I'm going to use Tallarn Sand, and I'm going to do the tubing. The tubes that these two tubes that we have there. And I will do as well the tubes at the belly. Okay, again, I have it in my white palette, thin down, and carefully we do that. You can see that I also remove the arm, so now I have much easier access to everything. Okay, we are going to do here as well. So I will finalize this and I'm back. Okay, next step, I'm going to use this one, that Dryad Bark, and I'm going to do the patch, this, I don't know how to what is the word for that? Is that the like that? I will use a little bit of flesh tone that I have in my white palette, because I like to clean up this directly. Okay, now I'm going to use what's called this Screaming Skull to do the parchment he has on here. Good. And I'm going to, so I just realized that I missed here part of the tube. Just one moment, okay. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use again silver color, and I will paint the shoulder part that I missed the first time. Okay, I'm going to use again this one, the silver from Minter Paints. So very similar to the old Midville silver Midville, or Midville, yeah, silver. And we're going to paint these two shoulder parts. Then we're going to be ready to apply a wash on the shoulder, on the metallics. Okay, I'm doing this and the other one on the other arm, and I'm back. Okay, next step, I'm going to use Gore Grunta on some parts to make more like a type of cooperish dark metal look like. in some of the, for example here, I will apply it on this deposit. You can see that have a nice orangey tone and will really look like this cooperish color that I'm looking for. Okay, you can see that this Gore Grunta over metallic is really a very easy way to do this cooperish color, and we're going to do this in different parts of the weapon and different parts of the equipment. So I'm doing that and I'm back for the next step. Okay, next step, I'm going to use Druchi Violet on the shirt of the dwarf. Great. Okay. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use Gryph from Grey, double cannon. This is one Gryph Charger Grey, sorry. I'm going to use Gryph Charger Grey and I will apply this in all the metals. Okay. So I'm going to take a slightly bigger brush. I'm going to start with the weapon, for example. And we are going to apply this like that. Okay. We are going to hold the pieces from one side. We do half of the piece and then we hold from the opposite side and we do the other half. It's going to be like that. Okay, so for example, now I'm holding from here. We'll do the tube. We'll do the shoulder back. This part of here of the weapon I will do it later on, in a different way. Okay, and for example, I can do as well up to this point here and stop there. I try not to do it on the other parts. Now I will take another clam. Looking for a softer clam. Okay, so I'll take it for example from the bottom and go to the top. Oops. Like that. We do from one side. Okay, so I will do this, and I will do as well the dwarf, the armor parts of the dwarf, and I'm back once this is done. Okay, next step I'm going to do the handle of the axe, and I'm going to use Voluptuous pink, going back to the 80s when they were using wall colors for the weapon sometimes. But I think we'll be fine. Okay. Perfect, like that. Okay, now I'm going to take Snakebite leather. Leather. Where it is? Where are you? Snakebite leather. Here it is, and we're going to do the part that I have not done before on the weapon. As you can see, I was still waiting that the Gryph cone is drying completely. I'm doing this first. This is why I haven't done the metal here, because I know that when I apply the Snakebite leather, I will dirten there was no way I can do it without dirtying this decoration there. Okay, and now I'm going to do the head, okay, of the dwarf, and here I have already my wet palette scale 75 colors. So we're going to start the highlights, and here is where you start using. Now, before doing the head, sorry, we can do the head and we can start going down. So I'm going to use first white, okay, white scarf, nothing special. And I'm going to paint the eye. Like that. Now I'm going to use black. And I realize that the eye was not well. I'm going to apply first black. I'm going to change now my mind. I'm going to use first black, because the black was not. More black. Okay, now is the moment to use some white. Now we can use again black. And now is when we start doing the skin. So I will start using this color and base. It's called basic flesh. Okay, and I will also take a darker one. I will take Bugmans Glow. Okay, also this one. We'll need to mix it a little bit more here in the palette. Okay. And I will start using Bugmans Glow. With Bugmans Glow, first I will clean that I went a little bit out with the black. Okay. Now I'm going to use the basic flesh. We'll take it out here because it's not helping when you try to do the head. And what I'm going to use a very light color, this one, pale skin, and then we'll mix it with the basic flesh. What? Some highlight here on the head, as it was still flesh, and I will do the same here. I start with the base flesh. I will use now a little bit of Bugmans Glow. Like that. adding the palette flash now to add some more highlight, and again the basic flash. Like that. Okay, now I'm going to do the visor, and to do the visor I'm going to use first a deep blue. Okay, I'm going to use Cantor blue. No, this one, no, Cantor blue I said. Okay, where I put the Cantor blue? Here, this one, very dark one. And I'm going to paint the lens in Cantor blue. Okay. Now I will change to even thinner brush. Here. I'm going to use Bahara blue. I will do like that. Take a little bit of Cantor blue. And finally I will use white. I'm putting a dot, and I will add a little bit at the bottom too. Okay. Next, I'm going to use Gothor Brown. Going to shine white a little bit, and with the same Dryad Bark I'm adding it in the middle. And what I'm going to use Baneblade Brown. Like that, and not Gothor Brown. And now again Dryad Bark. And try to thin the line using Bugmans Glow. Using Baneblade Brown again. So the colors I've been using, as I forgot to shade at the beginning, were Baneblade Brown, Dryad Bark, and Gothor Brown. Okay. And the next step, and this is going to be the one that will take me some time now, I'm going to take a silver color, this one, and I'm going to start highlighting the metallic. This is silver from miniature paint. Okay, with this silver I'm going to start giving back the brightness to the metal parts. Okay. The metallic mustache. So I will keep doing that. Okay, on all the metallics. I will take the bandages, I'm doing that to do the boots and so on. And I will do as well the weapons and the backpack, and I'm back for the next step. Okay. Okay. So this how it looks like now. Okay. And I will just do one thing more and finalize the video here. You can see here this is the backpack looking like. Okay, I wanted to keep it quite in the steel color. This is the weapon. Now I'm going to, because I was forgetting, I'm going to use Agrax Earthshade and I'm going to wash the skeleton that is at the base, okay? So here we just apply Aggaros. And this here, as to make the video easier to edit and so on, I will finalize here part 1. Okay, and I will keep working for the part 2 that will come soon. Okay, so I hope you have enjoyed up to now, and please keep tuned if you want to know how this is finishing and you want to know the end result. So that's all for this part 1. As usual, thanks a lot for watching and see you again later. Bye.